Alrighty, you got 60% of battery. I can make this work. Alrighty, what is up, guys? Back again with our weekly talk for the week. Just got my fasted cardio done, got my vacuums, my stretching done. I'm gonna start doing more like foam rolling stuff because every time I get out of a routine of doing any kind of stretching, I can feel it. And then the second I get back into it, I always feel so much better. Just being more like, loose and stuff feels nice. But I had a few topics that I wanted to hit on today. And on my first lap, I'll always take like my first lap just to like around here, just to kind of think about life and stuff like that, and not really about what I'm going to do for the day or what I need to get done or etc. But there were a few topics I wanted to hit on this morning, and I had thought on one topic, and I like thought up all these points I wanted to bring up and like how important, yada yada yada. And then I had another topic I brought up in my head, and then I was like, that is it. And that topic is, you have to stop creating a fake sense of urgency. You're creating stress within your mind that doesn't even exist. You're putting yourself in this high anxiety state for literally no reason all the time. I've been the worst about this, and I think probably everybody listening to this has fallen victim to this all the time. We live in a society where everything is pushed to us quick, deadlines. We need this faster, we need this quicker, we need this better. And a lot of people will start to apply that methodology to whatever their passion is or to whatever their goal is. And all that creating that sense of urgency will do for you is put you in a state to where you are future thinking, forward thinking, you're thinking in the future, taking you out of the present moment. And that is where all the magic lies, is in the present. And whenever you have this urgency that I need it now, I needed this, you are worrying about everything that doesn't matter. Excuse me. I think this only happens when people are starting something and want something simply for the outcome and not for the process and not for the doing of the thing, is because whenever you create this sense of urgency, you don't focus on the doing of the thing. You're thinking about, how do I get the outcome? And think about this. Think about your best performance in anything, okay? Be it a game, like your best, you scored 30 points in your state playoff game, hell yeah. Your best musical performance, your best lift, maybe if you're a competitor and watching this, your best look on stage and you're posing, whatever. Were you thinking about anything in the past or anything in the future? No, you weren't. You were fully present in the moment. And that is not the state that you will be in if you create this fake sense of urgency that does not need to be there around your goal. Now, I do think you need to be urgent in your day-to-day actions, as in, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get shit done, have that like mentality on your day-to-day basis. I love that. But whenever you create this fake sense of urgency, and it's the overarching like methodology and thinking of your goal, that is bad. That is not healthy. That would just turn you into a stress ball a future thinking, forward thinking individual that's not just present in the moment and worried about what can I do today to move me forward to my goal. Not is my goal going to happen? Well, when am I going to get it? Because everything that is not right, like right in this second, you can't control. You have no, like a DJ with all of his buttons, you got no buttons, dog. You got no levers to pull on anything before this time, this second, and anything after this second. You have no damn control of any of it. Any of it. So why do you care? It's like, I don't know, this is like a topic I ponder on a lot, is like, and I've gotten better about it. It's like, take your goal and ask yourself, am I okay with this taking 5, 10 years? If you can't confidently say yes, you're not in this for the right reasons. Whatever avenue you're in, starting a business, getting this job, becoming a rapper, becoming an artist, whatever. If you can't ask yourself, or even you can take it a step further, even if I don't achieve this goal ever, would I just continue to do this? And if you can't say yes, then you probably should find, I would say, a new venture, I don't want you to get the message that I'm telling you to never think in the future and to never have like plans. Not that at all. But it's whenever all of your daily actions are tailored towards the question of when am I going to get this? Like, how quickly can I get this? That will decline your performance in your day-to-day, in the present moment, because you're not fully aware of what's going on. Because in the back of your head, you have this like song playing in the back of your head of this forward thinking methodology, to where it's like you can't just be fully immersed in what you're doing. This is, I think, probably something that everybody watching this struggles with. And I'm not calling you out or nothing, but it's just, this is kind of how society is now. It's like, whether it be a motherfucker trying to predict the stock market, or try to pick the right stock to buy, when to sell, and this and this and that. And fucking, speaking of that, I watched The Wolf of Wall Street for the first time a few days ago. That movie is psychotic, but it's pretty funny. But just whatever goal you have, don't create fake stress around it for no reason. I think a good principle or practice that I learned from that book I'm reading is, if you were to like zoom out of your personal bias on your situation and like watch your situation unfold from a unsubjective or objective, I can't remember which word it is, whatever point of view, and watch your life unfold, and you're getting like read, like, let's just say, like, put yourself in the shoes of somebody else watching your life. Would there be some sort of stress that you would feel listening to your life and your situation? And most of the time, it's you wouldn't feel any. But when you put yourself back in your shoes, you feel all this stress and all of this, fake anxiety that you've created within yourself, that it doesn't even exist. And whenever you're this stressed, what the hell is that? Whenever you're this forward-thinking mind as well, fuck, I just had a really good point I wanted to bring up and I forgot it. Oh no. Forward thinking, I forgot. But it's if you take anything from this video, I think it's the thought on, if two things. If whatever you're pursuing if you can't confidently say that, if someone were to ask you, hey, this is going to take 5, 10, 15 years, are you okay with that? Are you still going to do this? Are you going to continue to do this knowing that it could not come soon at all? That's what it is. That's what the point I was going to make. Yes. So also, whenever you have this like forward thinking mind and you're trying to force an outcome that isn't there to happen yet. I've come to realize, and I've seen this happen with myself time and time again, the more that I try to force shit to happen, the worse it gets, the less I get of it. Whether that be happiness, clients, money, progress in my physique, whatever. The more I try and force shit and I stress about it and I think about it way too much, the less of it happens. When it comes to getting results, you've just got to do the work and like let it happen. You have to let it come to you. And whenever you have this forward thinking mind and this fake urgency, you're trying to force things to happen that just aren't there to happen yet. And that's okay. If it's not meant to happen right now, God did not mean it for it to happen right now, and that is fine. That's okay. Why worry about it? That was the point I wanted to make. I'm so glad I remember that. Just three things to take away from this video. 1, stop creating fake urgency around whatever it is you're pursuing. Creating this fake urgency will only put you in a state to where you're not fully present in the moment, in the process, in the doing of the thing, and you will not be able to fully be in it. You're going to be stressed, thinking the future, etc. Second point, in whatever you're trying to achieve, if a random person were to ask you, hey, this could take you 5, 10, 15 years to accomplish and like get to the point you want to, going forward, are you still going to pursue this even after knowing this, even though you know you're not going to get it next year, next month, next 2 years? If you can't confidently say yes, obviously, you're not in this for the right reasons. And I would suggest you either rewire how you think about your process or find something else to do. And 3, it's kind of like a piggyback off of the first point, but stop trying to force things to happen, because that forcing things to happen is kind of what like creates that urgency, that fake urgency. And then it's just a cascade of negative events, stress, anxiety, etc. And it's just, the more you try to force an outcome, the less of it you get. And I know some people would take that point and be like, well, I can't, so you're just telling me not to think about my goal at all? No, you need to just think about the doing, the process of what it takes to get to your goal, and that outcome should just come as a result. And like I've stated in the past, not to get on another rant, but if you're in this for the process, even if you don't get the result, you're still doing what you want, what you love. So the process, the outcome is just a byproduct of the thing that you love doing. And the thing that you love doing, the process, is what gets you to that outcome. So it's just like this synergistic love-making connection that, you know, you need to really hone in on, you know. You gotta love, if you want to be a good guitarist, you gotta love fucking, if you want to be in a good band, you gotta love playing the strings. You gotta love adjusting your little guitar or whatever. If you, I don't know, if you want to be a good stock trader, you need to love firing up your computer. You need to love figuring out these new companies, these new stocks, and like, oh, this is really interesting. You have to love all the stuff that goes into it, not trying to force the outcome, by loving the process, and that outcome will just come as a byproduct of the doing of the thing, of the checking the boxes, whatever. So, yeah, I could probably sit here and talk your fucking head off about this topic for the remaining of the day, but it is already 9 o'clock. I added in some stuff to my protocol this morning, and I've got a little bit of the jitters. Comment down below what you think it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys enjoy these. I'm gonna keep making them. So even if you don't, I'm gonna keep making them because this is like my favorite aspect of health. And there's a guy that I suggest all of you guys go follow. His name is Gabe Rocha. He's a mental, like, cognitive performance coach, and he's bringing a side of health and life to bodybuilding into like the fitness side of Instagram that I really like. So go follow him if you enjoy this kind of talks and like topics and stuff like that. Go on Instagram and look him up. But I'm gonna get rolling out of here and get home, get my first meal cooked up. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.